So what do you think? You gonna do step 3? Are you gonna run, Bree? Like you said, everybody's gonna run after doing the first 2 and be like, I ain't doing step 3.
Look, I'm still over here trying to focus
Clutching
on
your
my
pearl.
breathing. Okay. Because as soon as you said the step, and I think the word for me was self-abandonment in my self-forgiveness. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
How long it might take me, right? But I'm gonna do it. I'm
It's a
gonna do it.
never-ending process, and I'll just be honest with you. Because today's Bree may do something, the next week Bree is like, "What was you thinking?" And that's just the reality. But if you
Very
can
true.
learn to forgive yourself,
Yeah.
then that means I think you have learned that you are human. And that goes back to your first quote or the second quote, I think. No, it was the first quote where it said, God already knows I'm human.
Mm-hmm. It is
I just
I who
don't
needs
know.
to learn that. Yeah.
And when you learn that, you can forgive yourself because we have all done things intentionally and unintentionally that we need forgiven for from
Yeah.
ourselves. And it's even deeper. Like so I'll bring up relationships again. If you're in a relationship with a person or you've been in one and you had to forgive them or they had to forgive you for something you did to them, I'll even put it like that.
Yeah.
If you ever notice or if you forgave somebody, they don't have no peace until they forget themselves, even though you forgave them. Because you have to sit with stuff that nobody else even knows about. That's why
Mm.
forgiveness for you is so important. You got to forgive yourself from wronging people sometimes. Even if they have forgiven you, if you haven't, you will not be free.
Ooh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. The yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. Um, we talk about relationships, right? And forgiving yourself for staying longer than you should have,
Hmm.
and knowing you should have left the first time, whatever that first time was. And like in my mind, I create several first times because I'm supposed to be here, or so I
Hmm.
perceive it. And I think in choosing to finally step out or to leave a relationship, for me, it was that, like we're talking about self forgiveness, it was that I could forgive you and stay, but I can't forgive me and stay as well.
Mm.
So, so imparting self forgiveness on me is saying, you know what, Bree, this is it. Like you gotta go.
Yep. Yep. And that's hard. And that sucks on so
Yeah.
many levels. Um, because I think that at our core as humans, we always fear the unknown. That's all fear is. It's just when you don't know something, you're just scared. And so, even though forgiving sounds so freeing, right? And it sounds like, duh, you should forgive
Mhm.
yourself. The reality is exactly what you just said. If I wake up and forgive myself, where is that going to lead me? Is that going to leave me leaving a relationship I've been in? Is that going to leave me my kids living in a single family home? I'm just thinking of things people have said. Is
Yeah.
that going to mean I've wasted all this money moving to a state? If I've wasted all this money or wasted all this money getting degrees that I'm not using? Like, it's just,
Right.
where is it going to lead me if I forgive myself? But I am here to say, I know exactly where it will lead you. It's going to lead you where you're supposed to be. And that's
Mhm.
it. There's no rhyme or reason because where you are is not where you're supposed to be
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes it takes a push. And maybe if you forgave yourself, you may actually cut the very chains and shackles that are keeping you stagnant where you are anyway. So we're going to be human. We're all going to be human together. And do not mistake being human and receiving grace as you can do what you want to do to people. I'm not going to sit here and let y'all run with that either. Don't
Yeah.
say that. They said be human. It's just my human side because people run with stuff. But I think that we are all going to go. Good luck, Chuck, Key, and Bree, or we are joining Chuck Peeps and being human.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that is a great step in helping the stigma of mental health.
Yeah.
because you can acknowledge I too am human and have limitations.
Yeah.
So I think I'm very interested in what this journey will be like for people.
Mhm.
So definitely probably will do a live maybe or something just to check in.
Yes.
Yeah, to check in and see how are you doing on your human journey. So journey into humanhood.
I
That's
like
what
that.
we call that. We're gonna journey into humanhood with those 3 steps. And then Bree, what do
Uh-oh.
you think? Why are you always
When you call me out, it's
You
just always
got
like,
it.
what is she about to do?
You
What's she about
got
to
these
have me
people thinking
talking
I
about?
am abusing you.
I mean,
I forgive myself then. But what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge? Not the step that's the most challenge. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for your own journey or for people journeying on human? Like, what is going to be the challenge?
I think for me personally, it's acknowledging the coexistence of both sides.
Mm.
And I think that will lead me to self-forgiveness. Yeah. Like, can I have been broken and still be some parts whole? Yeah.
Mm.
And that between ground, right, from brokenness to whole is what allows me to be human. Because although I may experience life and, step back a little bit into the broken side or make a good amount of strides into the wholeness, in the middle is where I find me.
Mm.
And I
I
think
like
that
that.
speaks to step 3.
I like that. That trend, that broken, the other side of being broken and being whole.
Yeah,
That is a word. That really is. And I'm gonna challenge you.
of course.
I am, and I want to tell you and everybody else, if you feel broken, it's okay. It's okay to be broken. It's just not okay to stay there. That's it.
Yes,
Right. And sometimes you're not as broken as you feel. Sometimes you're just going through a growth spurt.
I like
That's
that.
it. That's it. And those hurt. They can hurt. Okay, that is a good challenge. So let us know what your biggest challenge may be um, to go on this human journey. Um, and just understand there's no perfect route.
Yeah,
That each
yeah.
person is different. That's the one other part about being human. We're all alike, but yet so different at the
Mhm.
same time. So I think that would be really good. Now I know you had 5 quotes, and we heard 2. Is there another one that you want to share that
Yeah,
may?
we can end the show with this one.
Oh,
All right. This is
I'm
a
ready.
quote from Paulina Simmons, and she says, "What does it mean to be human? To be good, to be moral, to be all 3 at once? It means that flawed beings often must choose between 2 flawed options."
Mm, I like that. Flawed beings must choose between 2 flawed options.
Yeah, perfectly imperfect.
So much pressure.
I know.
Why did I put that much pressure on all of us? That was just weird, crazy of me. But here we go.
He did. But
Okay.
that's it.
Well, be human.
That's it.
That's
That's what we
all.
got, Chuck Peeps.
Yep. And we'll see you all soon.
Yes.